Rishabh Pant, who has got injured. This news coming in. This is out of that English series. Pant was injured on day 2 of the Manchester Test. Do remember that he couldn't even put his foot to the ground. He was injured extremely. He was in extreme pain. That is what we've heard. In fact, he couldn't walk out of the area. In fact, he had to be taken. So that is Rishabh Pant's injury that has led to, in fact, he is now out of the Manchester Test series. It was a brutal injury that he had suffered. He has been injured. From what we're hearing, what has been confirmed now is on his right toe. Do remember that there were visuals that were playing out yesterday of how he was being carried out of the area yesterday while playing the match. This was on day 2, and this is adding worries as far as Team India is concerned. So his injury now has been confirmed that he will not be able to continue. He has been advised 6 weeks of rest. That is what we're hearing because of a fractured toe. This is a major blow when it comes to Team India. The wicket-keeper Rishabh Pant, who has now he has been advised to be resting it out at least for 6 weeks because of that toe injury. Osama, get us through the details of what is emerging at this point in time.
Unfortunate that Rishabh Pant will be missing out this particular test, and not just this particular test, but also what a number of reports are suggesting is that he'll also be out for at least 6 weeks. He has suffered a fracture in his foot, and he was taken out from the match last evening. He was taken straight to the hospital where there was a scan done, and there were speculations about whether he would be able to continue in this particular match or not. And then, according to what we have been learning from multiple reports, Rishabh Pant will be out for at least 6 weeks. This is a tentative time period that is being mentioned, and there's basically quoting a number of reports that have suggested that he will be out for at least 6 months. This is quite a blow for Team India at this moment, because Rishabh Pant is playing this match as a wicket-keeper and a batter. So this is basically a dual loss for India in this particular match. Will there be a substitution or not, considering the kind of injury that he has sustained? Well, we don't know yet. The match referee is going to decide on that, and that is something that we'll have to wait and watch. But Dhruv Jurel, he will be taking his place as far as keeping is concerned. But India definitely at a loss, because they will be playing with one batsman less, and that too in form of Rishabh Pant.
Right, of course. When you talk about replacement, in fact, what are the alternate options here, Osama?
Well, Divya, as I mentioned, Dhruv Jurel, he played the last match when Rishabh Pant was not available. He had suffered a minor injury in his finger. And Dhruv Jurel played that particular match, and it is quite likely that Dhruv Jurel will take his place in this match as well. But like I mentioned, he won't be playing as a batter. He'll only be playing as a wicket-keeper. So India is playing one batsman less in this test match, and that too in form of Rishabh Pant. Remember, Rishabh Pant, he has been absolutely phenomenal in this entire test series. He has come in and scored runs when India needed it the most. And to lose Rishabh Pant and in this particular manner is definitely going to hurt India, and especially looking at how the series is poised at the moment. India is 2-1 down.
One of their in-form batters, and there have been other injuries as well, and that has in fact, really impacted Team India. But this is a huge blow, like you're mentioning. Take us through, where does this really leave Team India?
Well, as I mentioned, this is a loss for India, and India is going to be playing one batsman less. Remember, this is the 4th Test match. India has came very close to winning the 3rd Test match, and then lost it. It's England leading that Test series by 2-1. And at this particular moment, it is quite important for India to get a win in this match to stay in the series. And if that doesn't happen, then India will be losing the series in this very Test match, and the last match will be a dead rubber, just to say. But how will India cope up with this particular loss is the big question. Remember, like I mentioned, Rishabh Pant has been absolutely phenomenal. He has been one of the top run getters for India. Whenever India were in trouble, whenever India needed people to come in and counter-attack the English bowlers, I beg your pardon, he has done that, and he has been absolutely phenomenal in that particular case. And to lose somebody like a Rishabh Pant in this test match, and not just this test match, as I mentioned, there are multiple reports that are suggesting that he has suffered a fracture in his foot. And although it is a minor fracture, but it will take at least 4 to 6 weeks for him to recover and get back to playing cricket. And that is something that India will have to wait and see how things unfold from here. The BCCI will be closely looking at the situation. The BCCI will be monitoring the entire situation along with the medical team. And he will be, it is quite likely that he will be flown back to India to basically for the next course of treatment. And when that happens, we'll have to wait and watch. Many reports are also suggesting that he will be flown in a couple of days. He won't be playing this particular test match, that is for sure. And then he will also be missing the last test match as well.
Right, of course, he was in a lot of pain, a lot of agony. It was bleeding his foot. Of course, the visuals that we saw, that he needed a golf cart to basically make his way out, and that had been a huge problem yesterday. It didn't look good yesterday as well, Osama, and now it's been confirmed that he has been ruled out of the Manchester Test series.
Yes, absolutely. It didn't really look good while he was being taken away to the hospital. Remember, India were basically trying to get back into that test match, and after having lost a couple of wickets in that test match, Rishabh Pant, along with Sai Sudarshan, they were getting a good partnership together. Rishabh Pant, as he is in his own flamboyant way, tried to reverse sweep that fast delivery, and many times it happens that Rishabh Pant gets that right, and the ball races away to the boundary. But this time around, it was sheer bad luck that Rishabh Pant managed to miss that ball, and the ball hit his leg. Rishabh Pant will, and as you mentioned, Rishabh Pant was taken away in a golf cart. He had to be rushed to a hospital, and then, as I mentioned, there were multiple reports that are now confirming that he will be out for a couple of weeks, most likely 4 to 6 weeks, and that is basically the duration of the treatment. So when somebody
of course, this comes on the heels of Nitish Kumar Reddy and Arshdeep Singh also being ruled out. So this is, adding to the woes as far as the issues are concerned with Team India.
Yes, this is a young team, and India had gone this particular series with a young team. There were the likes of Arshdeep and Akashdeep who were playing here for the first time, and similarly for Rishabh Pant in that particular sense is a senior pro, because he had played in England before, and for India to lose two pacers and then a batter like Rishabh Pant, who not just has the quality to stay at the crease and consolidate for India, but also to counter-attack, and that is something that you need against somebody like an England team who are quite famous for playing that baseball style of cricket, that ultra-aggressive style of cricket, and for somebody, for India to lose Rishabh Pant in that particular manner, that is definitely going to come back and hurt India, because it is a big loss, and India will now be looking for replacements.